Hello and welcome everyone, it's FoxRG, and we are here to talk about everything that is new coming to Shadowlands, and what is being reintroduced. Coming into Shadowlands, we have a brand new system called Covenants. We are able to pick between one of four Covenants: Ventherian, Necroloids, Night Fae, and Kyrian. If you If you like this information, go ahead and click the subscribe button down below and hit that like button. It helps me out a lot, and get ready for weekly videos every Wednesday. With each covenant, they are symbolized in a different aspect in the lore, etc., etc. Sorry, not sorry, I'm not a lore guy. I haven't got into it, but this one might be cool learning. When you go ahead and pick a covenant, you also get two covenant abilities, one being a damage healing related and one being a spec slash racial ability. We are allowed to swap between covenants as we please, but if you want to get back into one that you've already left, it'll take some charm and sucking up to be able to get in it. Just a wild thought, we are still Horde versus Alliance, or are we getting into Covenant versus Covenant? That being said, can I no longer attack a human if we are in the same Covenant? How does that work? If you think this system would work, let me know in the comments down below and explain your thought. I would love to hear them. After deciding which Covenant you want to be in, obviously by looking at the lore, I mean the synergy of the rotation, obviously the one that outputs the most damage. We had some troubleshooting with this in the early days of the beta by the developers wanting to destroy the Soulbinds or the Conduits. We go on to the next new thing, which is Conduits and Soulbinds. It's similar to Legion, where we had gems put into our weapons, but not really. We've had a lot of troubles with this in the early days of the beta by the developers wanting to destroy the Conduits. The Conduits put in the Soulbind tree would be destroyed when we tried to respec. This making it an endless grind, especially since Conduits have eye levels as well. They now made it so that we can respec freely, but on a weekly cooldown. We do have 3 Soulbind paths that do different things as well. One's related to PvE, one's related to more into PvP, which gets us reduction of your snares and anything like that, or gives you better defensive abilities. We have 3 types of conduits. First one being finesse, which is more of a utility, potency, which is more of damage, and endurance, which is more defensive. Each of these has an increase of damage or a decrease of cooldowns or anything in a positive way associated with a level. We have a new weekly event called the Tor'gast Tower. Not much of an event, as you can do it all the time whenever you want to, but your rewards are on a weekly cooldown. You need to do the tower to be able to get the legendary materials. Yes, legendaries are coming back. New and old legendaries. That being said, our old legendaries that are in Legion are legacy, just like sets. We will no longer be able to use them. They will not work. By old legendaries, I mean they are bringing back the old legendary effects, just like this one, Tempest of the Lightbringer, which the original source is from the artifact trait, from Legion's artifact trait, Divine Tempest. There's other ones just like that, Legion Legendary, Uther's Guard. It has come back. As well as we are now able to craft our own legendaries along with its secondary stats. This being a positive effect because we get to choose what stats we stack. Also coming into play, we have diminishing turns on secondary stats. I believe this will come into play once we have a certain percentage. I believe it starts at 25%. Once you get a higher percent than 25, you'll get diminished by 10%, 20%, and then I believe we can't go any higher than 106% on a secondary stat. So doesn't matter how much we stack it, it will not go past 106%. Also we have is dungeon stats are coming back. and they are based on covenants. If you go into a Ventherian dungeon and you have a Ventherian in your group, you do get a buff. Same with Necrolords, Night Fae, and Kyrian. PvP vendors are coming back. We no longer have a weekly conquest quest where we are still unable to get the gear that we want. This is a great thing looking forward to, because there will be an endless supply of gear that we can get, and it's no longer we get the same gear every week. Also, we have a new thing, one weekly chest. We only get one chest, but now we get to have options based on 3 aspects: raiding, Mythic Plus, and PvP. Raid, we have to kill 3 raid bosses, 7 raid bosses, 10 raid bosses. On the dungeon row, our highest Mythic Plus will be done as 1, our medium for 5 Mythic dungeons, and our lowest for 10 Mythic dungeons. The next line will be PvP, where we have to do 150 conquest points, which is equivalent to 1 BG if you win, 500, 900. We don't have to do this all in 1 week, it just opens our options to picking items that we might like. Instead of getting the same pairs of boots for 3 weeks in a row with the same item level and same stats, with the Mythic Plus dungeon that we currently have in play. This opens options, and if you don't like anything, you can take currency to get yourself a nice thing as well. That is it for this week's video on everything new in Shadowlands. If I did miss anything, mention it in the comment down below and let me know. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, as there will be weekly videos. This is Fox OG, and we out.